Hello YouTube, I am Will McPherson, aka The Fox of Specs, and I'm coming to you with a film review with my mate Andrew Parr.
Hello there, good to be here.
Thank you. So today we're reviewing Spiderman Homecoming. So this is the 6th Spider-Man film, and it is the second reboot. And to be honest, it's a fine film, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, this film, based on, in comparison at least to what I've seen recently and just film in general, this one to me was just alright. I'm not saying it's turned anyways. There are a few parts of this which will probably get to that did bug me a bit while watching it, but I also told me it's this exceptionally great film, not just the MCU but superhero films in general, like what I know some people online have been saying. But anyway, we'll take it from the top.
So, the good points about this film is, it's very well done for the Spider-Man franchise. You've got a new Peter Parker, Tom Holland, who is amazing. I think he takes the elements of Tobey Maguire, but comes off less awkward, I'd say.
As someone who likes the first two films, I get that.
Yeah, and he does have some of the more comedic versions of Andrew Garfield, but doesn't come off as completely... I don't know, how would you describe Andrew Garfield? I'd say he was fine, but like...
almost a bit too intense, desperately trying to get a laugh out of you, especially in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I might think, I haven't seen that film ever since it came out, so I don't know if I would view it any differently if I saw it again, now a bit older, but that's just when I saw it.
Yeah. And combined with the Peter Parker aspect of this Spider-Man is done really well. I think the action scenes to put him in, especially with Michael Keaton's Vulture, who to date is probably one of the best villains aside from Doc Ock.
Oh yeah, and Keaton's a great actor in general, and he's great in this movie, but it's also the fact that even compared to some other films from both, not just the MCU, I think, but this is actually not what some say only to them. This is a thing with a lot of super films in general, the motivation is just not clear to them, whereas here they have actually done an admirable job to give him a clear motivation, which, are we going to do spoilers for this review?
Yeah, I'll just put spoilers here.
And yeah, at the end of the film, you do realise he is indeed actually the father of the girl that Peter's after throughout the film, whose name's Liz Allen. And it's a twist that comes from nowhere. Now, I am not too familiar with comic book lore, but I have heard because there are some aspects of this film that have split some people up. I know online who have read the comics that this film has changed up a bit, but granted, I can't talk too much on that other than whether or not it works as a film specifically, not so much, comic book to film accuracy.
Well, I think a lot of the MCU just takes from the comic books and then puts twists on it to a point. Again, I'm not an expert either, but from what they've done in this film, they've done it really well. The Spider-Man himself is funny, charismatic, and generally has some good action scenes, and the Vulture is a brilliant villain. He has a clear motive, and the fact that they established him at the very start of the film was just great.
And although I'm not a comic expert, and even if I had read Spider-Man comics, I will admit this, the new mech suit design for Vulture actually also looks really cool. Actually, it's a good up-to-date one, and it actually has a cool Vulture-like look, hence his name, where he has the fluffy neck collar, he has the talons on the feet, and he has the massive wide wings and all that.
I also like how it's incorporated into a British bomber jacket as well.
Oh yeah, and he sells the abortion well both when he's in and out the suit, when he's communicating with his co-workers after the big thing that sets off his counter at the start of the film, and the clean up wreckage from a certain other event that's happened in another film in this shared universe. But if you have seen the film, you'll know what I'm referring to,
As well as the characters being good, the story's pretty solid, to be honest. It's about it's about an actual teenage Spider-Man, because I feel like from the last two installments we got graduation going into young adult, and then just graduating and having to deal with a lot of emotional problems. This Peter Parker's right in the middle with teenage drama and obviously having responsibilities of becoming a hero under the influence of Iron Man. And that's another good point. We all thought Iron Man was going to be quite big in this, but he's not really, is he?
Yeah, because I was actually really worried on this trailer. As much as I like Tony Jr. as an actor, and I've not just in Iron Man, but in a few other things, I was a bit off-put by some of the trailers where they try and make it almost look like it was I don't want to say buddy cop, but like, you know, where they actually almost did feel like a legitimate companion, kind of like what Robin is to Batman, you know, even to a degree.
So yeah, that's pretty much a lot of the good points about this film. The action flows nicely, the story's pretty self-explanatory, and the characters are good.
And the thing is, I'm not the biggest, like, one critic for, like, actors not always being the exact age of what their characters are meant to be going through. Like, in this case, actors playing characters who are still meant to be at school or college. But it is commendable, I think, that Tom Holland's casted, not just because of what we're solving briefly in Civil War last year, but the fact that he's demonstrating lots of other films outside, such as The Impossible, great film. By the way, that he is a good actor, has a really good range, and he gets the mannerisms of Peter Parker and Spider-Man right in and out the costume.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking you're about to get to the negatives, aren't you?
Well, let's put it this way. They're not negatives that drag down the film, nor are they just bad in general. I think they're just stuff that we might have seen before, plus...
Ho-hum.
Yeah. For example, like I said at the start, this is the 6th Spider-Man film / second reboot. So, what we've seen in the action before, in like the previous 5, is kind of seen here. Being granted, it's done well, but we've just seen it before.
Because there is an inescapable sense of fatigue if you've watched it before. So, I mean, had I maybe not watched every single other incarnation of Spider-Man film before, or saved in an alternate reality, there was no such thing as either the Sam Raimi or Mark Webb ones, or neither. Even if I didn't love this film necessarily, I may have not took as much of an issue with some aspects of it that do feel very formulaic.
So, and yeah, I think a point we agreed on after we saw the film was some of the side characters are a bit lackluster.
Yeah.
I think the most notably good ones are Aunt May, who, in my theory, is the second best because she brings a lot of unique energy to the film. She's quite funny. Yeah. But at the same time, it doesn't really make up for, like... I'd say Michelle had a big part in it, but I think she was quite weird at points. I didn't really get a lot from her.
Yeah, I did find a bit of the interest. I know there's been controversial versi about possibly the political agendas or undertones about some of the ways to suggest stuff with some of the cast of this film, but it's nothing to do with like why I'm saying this. The problem that I too is there's most of the side characters, minus our main hero and villain, this. They just aren't really that interesting. While I did laugh and moderate a decent amount of times while watching this film, which is why I was still moderate at the entertainment of the film in general, a lot of the jokes that weren't coming from Spider-Man himself or the Vulture, I couldn't quote really back to you know, that comes from any of the other characters a week after seeing this.
Yeah.
With maybe the possible exception of the joke Ned makes at the sequence at the end when he's trying to guide Peter Parker via some computers in the library, where he makes I can't believe I'm saying this for the Adrian. There's a gag in this scene about watching porn.
Yeah.
Which,
even then, it was funny.
That got a big laugh for me, but
I think it was fine. Like, Ned was okay. I think just because he was like the nerdy friend, even more nerdy than Peter himself. But to be honest, like, even though some of the side cast was a bit okay, I'd say Flash was actually the best Flash we've had so far. Because unlike being in the previous two where he's just basically a brick. Just a brick. He's actually got some character that he's trying to compete with Parker to be actually quite intelligent. And that's something, like, that's a very unique twist for that character, considering what he's in usually. So overall, this, like I said, we agreed that this film was just fine, to be honest. I mean, it's not done anything bad, but it's a lot of the stuff we've seen before, essentially. And that's not a bad thing, because considering what the MCU is at the moment, it's... In cases it's repetitive, but it's done well, so it's like... It's not really a bad thing, really, is it?
I mean, I'm not... Because here's the thing, I'm far from a cool hate person. There's several of the MCU films I legitimately love. I love both Guardians films, including obviously the most recent Volume 2. I love Civil War, and especially Winter Soldier. I like Iron Man 1, and I know you talk agree on this, Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
And the original events and all that. And most of the others, for me, just range from bad to just, you know, okay.
Yeah. So I think in terms, Spider-Man does a good okay to where a lot of the stuff is good. Like, a lot of the stuff in this film is good. but it is a case that we've seen a lot of it before from the 2 previous installments.
And just superhero movies in general.
Yeah. And just a bit of the side characters and just, I'd say some action scenes in the film. But overall, it's an incredibly good film, to be honest.
It's a perfectly serviceable one to watch, but it isn't particularly what I would be dying to watch again. It's kind of down to that point I was saying near the start, the thing about the fatigue. It's not just so much the fact that this is God knows how many times I've seen Spider-Man on film, even if you like me on about the comics, it's quite formulaic and repetitive now to see this. But it's the fact that this particular year that this film's come out in, it's been where we've already had 3 other ones, Guardians 2, Wonder Woman and Logan the last 2, which have all both in comparison to their predecessors or just the genres of gel have all in their own ways try to like push the boundaries of the genre and break certain conventions of try to demonstrate that you can do more challenging messages and subject matters that are covered in these kind of films while also being a fun time for audience to get together into the cinema. Whereas this one, while not particularly incompetent, it doesn't really do any of those boundary breaking, like, you know, challenges or risk takings kind of like those in some of those earlier versions of Spider-Man. So that's just the thing that I could not, escape.
Yeah, I think what's also good about it is it's like Wonder Woman was a brilliant origin story. Logan was a good final chapter.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Logan was a good final chapter. But Spider-Man is like, it's a good middle part because we don't get the Uncle Ben origin story, which I'm glad we didn't get.
Oh yeah, I'm glad that really would have. I mean, I already complained about this one being a bit safe and like formulaic, but that would have just pushed it whole. They literally went through the origin story again.
Yeah, and honestly, as it looks like a middle ground story, like it's a development story for him, and I think it's done well. And honestly, to be honest, that's all I can say about it. It's done well. We've seen a lot of the stuff from previous films, but it's done good. Good characters, a lot of laughs, and the music was. The music.
Oh yeah, I mean the opening admittedly does have a pretty cool like remix of the classic Spider-Man TV theme even and all that.
And even the end credit scene was good as well.
Oh yeah, and those who are fans of the X-Men series, particularly the new one, Star First Class, this film may imply possibly that we're going to start the one F-bomb will that those start because there's one right at the end. I won't say who it's by because I actually don't want to.
Like I said, it's a great laugh at the end, isn't it?
But yeah, that's another example of one of the few laughs outside the main lead and film that, you know, did like particularly stay in my head afterwards, even if the West, unfortunately, even if I laughed at the moment, I wouldn't be able to quote much of it back to you a week later.
And so yeah, that is our Spider-Man Homecoming review. Leave a like on this video, comment below what films you want me to do next, and if you want to have Andrew back for good film reviews. This is the Fox Respect, signing out.
Right,
Peace.
bye very much.